Yo, it's your boy Dctree from Dctree-Nation.com, where we cover hoops and heroes. And today we're talking hoops. Steve Kerr had to put his stamp on the Anthony Davis situation, and he does not approve. And I don't tell you why I disagree with Steve Kerr on a lot of levels dealing with this issue. But before I jump too deep into it, if you like my content, please sub to the channel. Okay, first off, I want to say is that I have nothing but respect for Steve Kerr. He's a former champion, he's a great coach, and he's a former Spur. I still remember those big shots he hit for the Spurs versus the Mavs in 2003. One of my favorite Spur games of all time. Steve Kerr, Steven Jackson went crazy. I still remember David Robinson jumping up and down like a little kid. He was so excited. And I was at home doing the same thing. So it's because of this, I will always have respect for Steve Kerr. But on this particular issue, I couldn't disagree with him more. Okay, essentially, Steve Kerr says that he disagreed with the way Anthony Davis left New Orleans. That because Anthony Davis signed a contract with New Orleans, he should have stuck to that contract. And he thinks that players not sticking to their contracts is horrible for the league. That is bad for the league. And from a certain point of view, I see what he's saying. And I see, that idea that, hey, you sign something, you need to honor that. And I get that in most cases. And I think that should be the case. And that still is the case for 80% of the league. But at the same time, I feel like you have to allow players, to take control of the situation. It's only a few players that are going to be able to do that anyways. Paul George, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis. Most of the league is under control. Most of the league sticks to their contracts. So I don't think it's this, I don't think it's the zombie apocalypse because this happened. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I disagree with him on so many levels with this. What he really should have said was, this is bad for the owners, because this isn't bad for the league, guys. This isn't bad for the league at all. You know what was bad for the league? Having a stacked Warrior team for the last 3-4 years. That was bad for the league. Okay. Having two, MVPs, recent MVPs on the same squad, demolishing teams. That's bad for the league. The league now is more exciting than it's been in years. Last year, I didn't give a crap about a Clippers game or a Lakers game or a Brooklyn Nets game. I didn't give a crap about any of those games. But now, when they play, I'm going to be watching as an NBA fan. Of course, I'm a Spurs fan, silver and black, baby. But when those other teams play, I'm going to be checking it. And too, you're going to be checking it too. You may not watch the game, but you don't check the box score, see what happened, because there's so much buzz around the league. So, although I understand what he's saying, hey, a man's word is bond, yada, yada, whatever, this was good for the league. And then so many instances where owners do the same thing and don't get criticized for it. Think about Carmelo Anthony. They cut him so quick. They had 6-7 games into the season. They cut this man like, like he was a piece of string on a new shirt. Loose string. Think about Isaiah Thomas. This joke is still floating around the league. So you just have to keep those things in mind. The owners are rarely held to the same accord. So at the end of the day, I can't help but laugh at the situation, because all these stuffy billionaires are freaking out because the scraps that they throw these players aren't enough. And yes, they are scraps. They're millions to us. It's big money to us, but it's scraps to them. You see what I'm saying? Now that's not enough. The rhetoric of playing for one team your entire career isn't enough. Don't you think Reggie Miller wished he took control of his situation? Don't you think Charles Barkley wished he took control of his situation? Patrick Ewing took control of his situation? And I'm not saying necessarily go team up with Michael Jordan, but dang, go to a better team to give yourself a better shot. These young guys aren't falling for this anymore. And I think that's a good thing, because at the end of the day, when their playing days are over, these owners are going to toss them aside like hot garbage. Hot garbage. I'm talking about like 110 degrees in Phoenix, Arizona hot. Garbage. So let these guys make the decisions they have to make. Now, do the fans suffer here and there? Probably. I'm not gonna lie to you. But this year is best for the league. It's best for the league. These guys have to take their fate in their own hands. Because once they twist the knee, once they mess something up, it's over. It is over for most of these guys. Well, that's pretty much it, man. Sorry, Mr. Kerr. I disagree with you on this one. Player empowerment is the way to go, even if there are some casualties along the way. For more information on hoops, check out the main page, Dctree-Nation.com. Like us on Facebook. Don't forget to hit that sub button. Help a brother out. Peace.